Good morning, 4th grade. It's Miss Ali, and I'm going to help you guys get started with your winter packet for those of you who are able to do it. Please, of course, put your name on your work. For the date, you don't have to put today's date necessarily. You could just put winter packet. If you want to put the date, you can. If you don't want to put the date, you can just write winter packet. And then put your class as well. If you're in block A or block B, then you'll put G4A or G4B. And of course, we're going to complete the model that perfect practice makes perfect. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read my instructions and look at my quality check so that I know what I'm looking for and what I am expected to do in this work. My written instructions tell me that I must neatly show all of my work, and that I'm going to use flexible place value to break apart each number for dividing. So the key word here is neatly. If you think Miss Ali is playing, you are wrong. You must do your work neatly. Now, I'm going to take a look at my quality checks. At the bottom it says QC. QC is quality check. So as I'm going, I want to make sure. It says, did you write the factor that you know for each area model? Ooh, that's a good one. So I know that I can state every division problem as a multiplication. If I'm looking at 125 divided evenly among 7, I know that I have to ask myself, 7 times what equals 125? This is what I'm thinking in my head. And so the factor that I know would be here, would be 7. Now I'm going to continue with my quality check. It says, did you break up each area model according to place value? Remember, place value is the key to arithmetic. It is the key to calculating, making sure that you're paying attention to when you can use hundreds, tens, or units, and using that flexible place value. You don't have to just have up to 9 tens. You might have 12 tens. You might have 37 tens. So you want to make sure that you're breaking up each area model according to place value. And did you neatly draw in remainders? Sometimes when I divide, there's a portion or an amount left over, and that will be my remainder. So I've gone over my quality checks. I've read my written instructions. I didn't just call the words off the page. I read them. I took time to remember what each instruction means. And so I'm ready to begin. I have 125 divided evenly among 7. I could find this answer by asking myself, 7 times what will give me 125? Well, I'm going to use this area model. And I know in an area model, I put my factors along the side and the other factor along the top. I'm going to start with place value. There's 100. 100 is not a nice, neat multiple of 7. And so I'm going to downgrade and exchange and go on to tens. I have 12 tens. I can use 7 of them. 12 is not a nice, neat multiple of 7. But I can use 7 tens. So now I'm going to update what I'm working with. There were 12 tens, and I used 7 of them. 12 minus 7. That leaves me with 5 tens and 5 units. I've done as much as I can with the tens, and so I'm going to go on to my units, and I'm looking at 55 units. 55 is not an exact multiple of 7, but 49 is. There were 55 units, and I used 49 of them. That means there's a portion that's left over. There are 6 left over. Let's see if I can write that neatly. There we go. So now, with my area model, I have represented the factor that I know, the product, and the additional part, which would be my remainder, and now I'm ready to divide. 7 times what gives me 70? 7 times 10. 7 times what gives me 49? 7 times 7. 10 plus 7, that's 17. And there's a remainder of 6. Alright? Let's do a couple more in the next clip.